So one of the things in 2025 that I'm committing to not doing is gatekeeping the realities of being a business owner, of being specifically a yoga, Pilates, wellness studio owner. Um, I, like many of you, I'm sure, watching this, love watching a business owner who's just starting out or recently launched, like put together their brand and their studio and their aesthetic and like their marketing collateral and all that good stuff. But I feel like there's a really big gap in, for those of us, myself included, I'm still learning, but for those out there who are really serious about having a studio space, like what do the actual day-to-day challenges look like? I don't mean just like what does it look like to run payroll, which, I can definitely talk about, but like what are the like things that come up that you're like, how do I deal with this? Like there's no typical playbook for a lot of these things, right? And it's what causes a lot of people in an entrepreneurial role to have executive dysfunction, to have decision making fatigue, those sorts of things. And I've experienced this a lot in my role. And luckily, when I, took ownership over of this studio, I was actually acquired it through my coaching and consulting business from the three founders. So there was, at times I'll look through our email of like our main email info box and see like, how did we deal with this in the past? And I know that how helpful that's been for me, and my intent is to pass along my learnings, both from what I inherited from that context that I walked into, as well as what I've experienced in my own position and how I apply different perspectives and schools of thought and resources to that, whilst still on an extremely limited budget. Because I didn't come into this role with like a husband that is helping fund my lifestyle at home, at least, or a business partner, or a huge bank loan or anything like that. Like it was just me and 50K trying to make this thing work. So, and that 50K went to acquiring the business. So me and zero capital making this thing work, and still paying for my life and my bills at the business. So, this is a very real journey. I'm not like, as hard as I might try, I just can't seem to nail the like perfectly aesthetic videos. And, this is really just for information sharing. And hopefully, again, those out there who feel really called to become a space holder, and go through that whole journey of owning a studio space, like really preparing yourself for what that looks like, good and bad, right? Wins and losses and all the things in between. So, anywho, if you are interested in this journey, let me know. It would help to keep me a little bit more consistent